1 2 1 2. Is this mic on? This mic on? Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. CocoSports.com here. Yours truly, sexiest man on all of Wrestling Radio. Boom, here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Well, I figured I'd call and shake back in with you fuckers. I mean, I haven't done a live stream in so long. Really starting to miss it. Starting to miss you guys. So I decided, you know what? I'm still alive. You know, I've actually got 5 minutes of fucking free time here. So let's get in here and let's talk some professional wrestling. God, I miss this, man. I'm trying to get my groove more back into my chair. Well, first of all, it's great to be back. Now, as far as where have I been? Well, as Dave Coco would say, real life gets in the way of the internet. You know, just working like crazy. You know, trying to time up schedules. You know, my wife and my daughter's work schedules have changed up, so it doesn't give me the time that I need to come out here privately and do this. Well, I've actually got a moment now, so I'm going to do that. I really have not spoken with Dave Coco either. I mean, nothing wrong with me and Coco, so nobody, I'm going to shut that fucking rumor down before that even fucking starts. Everything's cool with me and Coco. You know, he's working, you know, a full-time teaching gig. You know, he's got 3 kids, and he's got a girlfriend now. I know, I can't believe it either. You know, she seems to like him for some reason. And, you know, they're off, you know, being happy. By the time he finally gets free, you know, I'm just then waking up and getting my day started, you know, because there's a damn 13-hour time difference between Richmond, Virginia and Kawasaki, Japan. But, you know, he's doing fine. I do actually have some positive news to report from another member with the Coco crew here. A big shout out to Sammy. Sammy, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Sammy got engaged. His girlfriend that he always talked about, well, he finally popped the question, and against her better judgment, she said yes. So congratulations to Sammy. He's going to go get married and probably have more kids. I don't know. So congratulations to him. Now, as far as, you know, the wrestling world going on, let's see. I know the big thing right now is SummerSlam. I think that's still going on right now because it was like 87 fucking hours long. I'm going to be honest. I did not watch it because, well, one, I'd come off working the graveyard shift. So, I mean, I didn't watch it. 2, I canceled my subscription to the WWE Network. And 3, I read the reviews on it this morning. It was like legitimately, 6 hours long if you count like pre-show and, you know, all the warm-up stuff. And, you know, here I am. I'm a New Japan guy. I can sit there and watch 4 or 5 hours, but shit. WWE, fuck. You know, they drag it out a little too long for my taste there. But from what I've read, it was an okay show. It was an average show. I mean, it was good. Maybe it could have been better, but then again, it could have been worse. So I'll reserve some judgment of that. Now, I did watch NXT Takeover, and holy shit, these guys hit it out of the park every time. I mean, there's my air conditioner coming on. If you've ever wondered to know why is NXT so much better than the main roster, it's very simple. They know who they are and they do what they do. It's simple, but it's done well. It's kind of like imagine if you went to like a Subway or your whatever favorite sandwich shop that you have, and you said, you know what, just give me a good sandwich. You know, give me a good sandwich. NXT would come up to you and they would hand you like a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and you would go, well, this isn't much. I mean, it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then, but it's doing really well. Very good job. I really like this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's kind of a throwback. It's really nice. Whereas if you went to WWE, let's see, you would get mismatched bread. Like one half of it would be rye bread, the top half would be like pumpernickel. You would get like some schmaltz in there, you know, like, you know, the little stuff that builds up at the bottom of the slicer, man. You know, a little bit of turkey, ham, you know, some chicken, you know, just all kind of mishmashed up. They would throw that on there. They would throw like some moldy cheese on there that, you know, might have been good a couple of weeks ago, but now it's got to get some mold on there. They would probably put something like Miracle Whip instead of mayonnaise on there. They would like glue like an entire dill pickle to it, and then they would try to force feed it down your throat. So that's the way, you know, so then that's the way that I see it. And no rant, and I've not had lunch. I've had breakfast, but I've not had lunch. Actually got some funny stories to tell. And by that, here's what it is. NXT is got, they've got the roster. They've got, they know what's going on. They've got one person in control. They're booking it. The talent performs to the best of their talent. They're allowed time to perform. They go out and do their thing, and just really one person to answer to, who's ever booking it, of course, the agents or whatever. But whereas if you go up to the main roster, and multiple people have said this, and when we interviewed Krista Joseph here on the show, like, God, it seems like fucking forever ago, he said, you may come up with a good idea, but then it goes through the other writers, and then they take away something to it, maybe add something else to it. And then it goes through the agents, and then it goes through the wrestler, and then it can go all the way to Vince, and Vince can kibosh the whole thing or change everything. And so one thing that, it started out really cool is now like this watered down mush that what it used to be, and that's what makes hair. So, yeah, and if I wish it would stay a standalone company. It's very good. All right, so overall, I would say check out NXT Takeover. Nobody asked me this, but I'll figure I'll give you my opinion. I think everything was well done. I like Ricochet winning the North American Championship. Adam Cole wasn't doing anything with it. He really wasn't defending that championship. Ricochet gets him to a different level. I think having Velveteen Dream going over was a great idea. I think EC3 can absorb that loss and still be cool. I think Mustache Mountain losing, they still pack a punch. They're still going to be part of the UK division. They still have some credibility, but I think there's a little bit more you could do with the Undisputed Era, at least until Bobby Fish gets well. Kairi Sane finally beating. Oh, by the way, Sammy ruined like fucking Shayna Baszler for me for fucking forever because he made this one fucking comment. He made this one fucking comment, and every time I see Shayna Baszler, I can't help but just laugh, and it just ruins that whole bad girl mystique. Because Sammy said, I can't stand Shayna Baszler, her shitty wrestling, or her pregnant forehead. And when I fucking read that, I fucking laughed my ass off. So now every time I see her, she's scowling and she's looking down. I see her look at her fucking forehead, and I think about what Sammy wrote, and I was like, God damn it, Sammy, you fucking killed it. I think they're going to move Shayna up. At least, they've got they've signed all the horsewomen of MMA. Baszler, hell, they just put the belt on Rousey, so why not go ahead and move Baszler up? You clear room for Sharif and Dukes to come on up and get the programs with them going. Yeah, I agree with Rant. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to this guy, Wrestling Rantin', subscribe to him. He's fucking awesome. He's amazing. I've followed it. I keep following his stuff. I chime in on his stuff from time to time. Super nice guy. So some of you already are fans of his and subscribe to his channel. But if you're not, he didn't pay me to do this, by the way. Go ahead and check him out. He's only got a minor complaint. That was the Gargano Ciampa finish. Yeah, I think it was a little heavy-handed. But I think everything comes down to how they play it out from here. I don't necessarily have a problem if it goes somewhere, and NXT's got enough trust built up in me where I'm willing to go along on this journey. How I would play it is I would say, okay, Gargano, he lost, got turned on by his best friend. Eventually that former friend cost him his job. Now he has to fight and he gets his job back, but then now they're still stuck together in the same company. Then by accident, he essentially hands the NXT championship to his arch nemesis. Now his own, and then he goes back and fights him again, and his own hatred does him in. Now he's at his lowest point, and how I would probably play this now is now that he's at his lowest point, he's got to, dig deep into his soul. Is it really his hatred for Tommaso Ciampa that's going to propel him forward, or is it his love for professional wrestling, his love, his respect for NXT and everything that it stands for? Is that what's going to propel him? The kind of guy, he's working out, he's having trouble doing that last rep. He sees a picture of Ciampa, boom, he does that last rep, and he realizes I can't, hold this hatred in. I got to, channel it. I've got to find the positive. And he starts climbing the ladder. He climbs back up the ladder of contention. That is, goes all, and he has to go with it, and he has to win it. At this point, I feel like Gargano has to become NXT champion. And if I'm going to pull the trigger on that, I'm doing that Mania weekend. That's how this story ends. He gets knocked down to his lowest point. He's laughed, mocked, ridiculed by his arch nemesis. He eventually he has to rise back up. He has to do it the hard way. He had to fight his way up there once, got knocked down. Now he's got to go all the way back up again. But this time he's going to be triumphant. Bishop here, he's saying it reminds me so much of Raver versus Dreamer. Yep. Yeah. And remember that Dreamer never beat Raven. I think it was for 2 or 3 years. He never beat him. He didn't beat him to their final confrontation before Raven left to go to WCW. That was the only time he beat him clean in the ring. There was always some kind of shenanigans. There was one of his minions that would always get in the way. It was always crazy, but that hatred just kept driving him and driving him and driving him. It actually made him a bigger baby face because he changed his look while he was there because he wore like these long tights with suspenders. And finally he switched up where he wore like some regular tights and a ECW t-shirt. And he finally, he just beat the shit out of Raven one day in the ring when he couldn't take anymore, popped his arms back, dropped his head, and people are like, he's hardcore, and they embraced him. So I'm thinking they're going like something like that with Gargano. Speaking of old school stuff and people who are not done yet, congratulations to Hiroshi Tanahashi for winning the G1. I watched it. I watched damn near the entire tournament. I think I missed maybe a couple of matches. I know I missed Goto versus Ishii. I know I missed that one. And I think I missed maybe a Toru Yano match. But that's it. I pretty much watched everything else, followed the entire tournament. And a lot of people say, Hiroshi Tanahashi, his career's winding down. His best days are behind him. Well, motherfucker could still go. And I didn't realize how really emotionally invested I was in New Japan, in particular like Kenny Omega, the Golden Lovers, and a lot of these characters. When the first time that Kenny Omega lost, when he lost that match to Ishii, I was disappointed. I mean, I wasn't mad. Mad wouldn't be the correct word. Disappointed that he wasn't going to go undefeated, because I was kind of curious to see, if he could go undefeated through the entire tournament, who would he pick? Who would he pick to be his opponent? I was disappointed when he lost to Ibushi, and then I thought, okay, well, Bushi's going to win, because then we're going to finally have like this is another person that Kenny Omega, despite all how great he's gotten, I think maybe one, and we're talking like their entire careers. We're talking DDT as well as New Japan. I think maybe he's beaten him once, and that's a maybe. I know Ibushi's beaten him at least 3 times. And it's like, okay, here's the guy, it's your best friend, but he's got your number. And now you got your championship on the line. I thought that's what the way we're going to go. But no, they got Hiroshi Tanahashi, and I kind of know why. I think it was the guy over at Octopus Stretch. That's another channel I check out from time to time. I check the guy out too. He does some great videos. He kind of broke it down, and it makes sense. Hiroshi Tanahashi is like the safety valve. About that time, Wrestle Kingdom rolls around. Kenny Omega's contract is coming up, so either and Omega's going to have a lot of leverage going into contract negotiations. He is going to have, he's going to be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He's going to have put on probably the best match of the year, been a participant in the best matches of the year, done a lot of critically acclaimed stuff. He's in WWE's crosshairs. They want him, and they want him bad. So I think he's in the driver's seat as far as contract negotiations go. Now, I think with Tanahashi being the challenger here, there's the safety valve. If they can't reach a decision, they can't come to some sort of agreement, boom, there's the relief valve, boom, put the belt back on Tanahashi. And they're not going to, and I realized they weren't going to put Ibushi there, because despite all of his appearances and everything that he's doing, Ibushi still is still a freelancer. Not technically, he still is a freelancer. He's not. I guarantee it, if they signed him to a long-term contract, or hell, even a 1-year contract, he's bare minimum Intercontinental Champion before this is all said and done. So, but overall, I think it was well done. My only complaints on the G1 would be the Tongan bullshit. It got old real fucking quick. Jay White, I like Jay White, but here's the thing. If you're trying to get him over as a killer, if you're trying to get him over as a badass, let him win clean. There is nothing worse than a fucking heel that says, I'm going to beat your ass, I'm going to pin you in that ring, and he beats your ass and he pins you in that ring. A bad guy who can back up what he says. there's no, I mean, yeah, he could take some shortcuts here and there, but it was like he was relying completely on shortcuts. So I'm a little gripe about that. And also, I really didn't like the A block, like as a whole, because there were no champions in there. They put all the champions in the B block, and that killed fucking Juice Robinson. I think Juice lost like 6 matches in that. So, he's got like 6 people that can challenge for his championship. He may not make it. In fact, he may. I think he's gonna. Yeah, because I don't think they've got any more events till the Pyramid out in Los Angeles. Right now, I'm not even convinced that Juice is going to walk out of Los Angeles as the United States champion. At this point, I know that you've got you got 6 people waiting in the rings now. He finally turned it around. He worked, and I think it was a great storyline. They worked with the issue of his broken hand, his good hand. He's a southpaw, broke a bone in there, and he had the pad. It would have been disqualification. They told him not to wrestle. He did it anyway. It was great story. And I felt, and anyway. So the whole murder block, you had a champion, at least one champion, look bad. But over in the A block, there's really no motivation to keep going. I mean, you can't. If you're mathematically eliminated, what's the point of keeping on going? Usually, you have for pride, but also, I mean, why not try to sneak one over on a champion and get yourself a future opportunity? I really wish they would do a better job distributing the champions throughout the blocks. I know this is probably just the theme this year. It'll probably change up for next year. So, we'll have some fun here. Wrestling says not entirely convinced that Tana or Omega will hold the briefcase or the title, but yeah, because you got Naito, Omega, and Ibushi there, and there's a lot of stuff up in the air. Yeah, I think they will, because I honestly think Omega versus Tanahashi sells tickets. I really think it does. No disrespect to Tomohiro Ishii. I just don't know if, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tomohiro Ishii sells as many tickets, or I don't. And granted, it was the best match I've probably seen my entire life, but I don't want to see, at least not for a while. I don't want to see Okada Omega 5, and I don't see Jay White. I don't see New Japan putting that kind of stock right now in Jay White at this point in his career. But that's just me. Let's see. They told a great story with Juicy. I agree. Also would like to, oh my God. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just reading the comments here. Hey. We got to pay in close attention to Destruction. He's Hiromu. Seen the lineup for Destruction. Yeah. It's looking like Hiromu Takahashi is he's out. He's out for a while. I just saw something actually this morning on I'm liked or whatever New Japan on my Facebook page, and it looks like they're going to have a little 4-man little mini tournament. It's going to be Kushida versus Bushi, and then you have Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll. The winner of those 2 matches will go on to they'll face each other, and whoever wins that's going to be the champion. Call me crazy, but I kind of want to see Bushi win that one, because I mean, LIJ, he's a little extra motivation. Plus, it's fresh. He hasn't had a run with the championship. I figure that would be fresh. See how he carries himself as champion, how he tries to defend off the competitors. Ospreay, we've seen him maybe Scurll, because Scurll did have a run with the junior heavyweight championship, but it was brief. So maybe that. And of course, I'm not going to be disappointed if anybody, but I'm saying out of all this, my first pick would be Bushi, just for something fresh, for something different than Scurll. I don't know why Taiji Ishimura is not in this, because, I mean, he made it all the way to the finals and lost in the finals. I know right now he's with the Tongans, that whole drama right there, and he's now one of the part of the 6-man championship. So maybe that's why they left him out. But that's definitely a future matchup. And by the way, get well soon to Hiromu Takahashi. I've heard anywhere from 9 to 12 months is how long he's going to be out. I don't think he completely broke his neck, but what happened to him wasn't fucking good. What do you think is going to happen with Jericho? They kind of teased Jericho versus Evil. I could see that happen. I mean, right now, Evil is not is not holding tag team gold right now, so he's got an open dance card. So why not? All women's match will be will be awesome if it's elimination. Oh, okay. Let's see. Other news here. I want to just kind of put my 2 cents in the jar here. Colt Cabana is suing CM Punk. And congratulations, Punk. You got Chicago to turn on you. You got your hometown to turn on you. I mean, that's really saying something. You're not even in wrestling anymore. For those of y'all have been playing along with this, they won their they successfully fended off that defamation lawsuit by Dr. Amon with WWE. Well, the bill came due, and now before all this started, Punk told Cabana, and I think Cabana's either got it in writing or text, either one, but he's got evidence, and saying that Punk said, no, I'll handle all this. Well, after everything has been handled, you're looking at about a $500,000 legal bill, and Punk went back on his word and actually sent Cabana a letter saying, well, here's what we owe. I'm divided it in half. Half of it's mine, half of it's yours. I hope you do the right thing. Don't be pissy, whatever. And so now Cabana's suing him. And honestly, I don't blame him. I think maybe Punk could have gotten out of it, or maybe he could have got Cabana to pay it, or maybe worked out something had he approached it a lot differently. But when you tell somebody, no, I got this, bro. I got this 100%. Then you look at the bill and go, oh, shit, here you go. Have it with John. Fuck you. There's just better ways to handle that. As far as my personal thoughts on this, Punk needs professional counseling. I honestly believe that, because when you look back, I mean, it's been well publicized. He's had a strained relationship with his father, former alcoholic. He's estranged from his mother. His own brother screwed him over fucking money. He really didn't have a stable home life. He lived with friends, and found his passion and went up his way through there. But he never dealt with those issues. So it's kind of like he's expecting the worst out of people. And in my, just from what I'm seeing here, it's like he's turning on these people, shutting them down before they can shut him down. It's kind of like, I'm going to get you before you can turn around and stab me in the back. You don't think you want to stab me in the back yet, but you will. You're going to, and I'm going to do it to you before you can do it to me. At least that's what the vibes I'm picking up off of him. But I'm just going to tell you. I mean, I know he's not, listening, doesn't even care what I have to say, but that's fine. Just my opinion on that one is, when you expect the worst out of people, your expectations will be met every time. You just can't do that. You can't expect the worst out of human beings every time. Expect to walk away like nothing ever happened here. He needs professional counseling, because at this rate, he's going to wind up broke and friendless. This is not healthy behavior. And, I agree with you, Zach. It's like his defense mechanism. And yeah, he could get himself divorced. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, right now he's married to AJ. As far as I know, he could be, it's us versus the world, hon. Maybe I hope everything works out. I hope he doesn't get divorced. I'm not wishing that on him. And it is, and it seems to be hard to be friends with him. Yeah. He gave Hornswoggle like a big fuck you, because he gave Hornswoggle a number, like somebody's cell phone number. And he, for whatever reason, he wound up losing it. And he texted Punk and was like, hey, look, I'm really sorry, but can you give me this guy's number again? I lost it. I can't find it. And Punk told him no. He was like, no, you're taking advantage of me. He's like, what are you talking about? And completely just, fell apart. And I absolutely hate that. All right, but hey, guys, keep your questions coming here. I'm just going to, kind of shoot the breeze just a little bit till I get done here. Let's see here. Looking down through here. What do you think is going to happen with Jericho? I mean, he's going to have to drop that championship before too long. How's Dave? Coco was fine. As I said, at the top of the show, he's working a full-time teaching gig. It's got him working around the clock. I think he's working on another novel. He was smart this time. He actually did the most stereotypical thing ever. He actually posted, took out his cell phone, snapped a picture of him writing on a laptop at a coffee shop in Japan. I was like, see, that's not. See, but the important thing is, it's not that you're writing a book. It's that you're writing a book in public, so other people can see that you're writing a book. So he's doing that, teaching, and he's actually got a girlfriend, and this girl's actually kind of cute. I'm just saying. And of course, he's got 3 kids that he tries to spend as much time with. So that's what he's doing. He's done some shows on here with Jerry O'Neill. And by the way, where the fuck is my goddamn graphics package? My little fucking intro music. Where the fuck is that? No, it's not the budget for Boom Boom. But yeah, that's what Coco's up to. And I also mentioned that Sammy's engaged now. So congratulations to him again. All right, let's see. Delays here. Oh, also, let's take a look here. Is anything else late new here? Technical difficulties brought to you by CocoSports.com, KOCOSports.com. It's your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Technical difficulties. It's like I never left. Hey, you should check out 5 a month. You can check out women's wrestling. Oh, Rise. Oh, okay. Shibata being Tana. Oh, yes. Shibata was seconding Hiroshi Tanahashi in the G1 finals. I never thought, for one, there's 2 things that happened out of that I never thought I would see in my life. Is 1, Katsuri Shibata seconding Hiroshi Tanahashi, and 2, at the end when Shibata picked up Tanahashi on his shoulders, I never thought I would see that. I never thought I would see that in my life. For those of you, who may not know, I mean, those 2 guys didn't get along for a while. I mean, these 2 they were part of the 3 Musketeers, but these 2 had very opposing styles on. Had very opposing styles when it comes to wrestling, and those, Shibata's the one who left. Hiroshi Tanahashi's the one who stayed. Shibata came back. So just to see these 2, I guess, bury the hatchet. So that's just absolutely amazing. Let's see. There's thoughts on the G1 Supercard. You talk about the final the big show they did at the finals. Is that what you're talking about there, Bishop? Because the one where the Songans got kicked out, Harold May made his appearance there. And I can check. Oh, apparently I can check out Rise on Twitch. Okay. It's great to see. Too bad they couldn't get Mysterio for that. What the fuck is up with that? Mm-hmm. Tana had a great look. Yeah. A lot of bad luck and a lot of bad times. Yeah, a lot of bad times there. Oh, the MSG show. Jesus Christ, Boom. What the fuck? Get your head out your ass. Yes. I actually wanted to get tickets to that. I kept thinking, you know what? I've been really good. Maybe I could, get some, score some tickets to this super show, go up to New York, spend like a couple of days there, watch this super show and get the fuck out of there. No, like 12,000 tickets went pre-sale. That went to the Honor Club members. Then the rest of them got gone quick, and they sold out Madison Square Garden. I mean, that outsold. They sold it out. I mean, I don't think WWE didn't do that every time they went there. Yeah, they've sold it out the Garden, but I don't think they haven't done it every time. They sold more tickets than the guys did for All In. I know 2 totally different things, but yeah, it was great. I was very much congratulations to them. I was kind of hoping I could go out there because that's about the closest New Japan's going to get to me. These guys are not going to come down the East Coast. They didn't have very much. I think they're going to be gun shy now because the whole Cow Palace debacle didn't sell out. So I think they're going to be kind of gun shy about going out there. About going out to other cities. I think they're going to stick right around in Los Angeles. Maybe, I don't know if they're even going to try to branch out from there as much, because remember they went to San Fran, didn't sell out. So maybe they're going to say, okay, let's come back here. Now, and this, what they're doing in New York, that's co-branded with Ring of Honor. So there's a little bit more of a safety net there. Let's see. Tessa Blanchard, female wrestler of the year. Yeah, she's doing pretty good at Impact. Oh, by the way, can I just say something about Impact? Impact's really not that bad anymore. I think we're going to go ahead and officially take off the ban. I know we had banned it at one point because we were so damn disappointed with it. And but no, it's not really that embarrassing. I think I've got some picks on there for Breakout Stars of the Year. I think Big Sammy Callahan is a contender for Breakout Star of the Year. So is Pentagon. I would also say, who else? Phoenix. And who else? Not Kate. Johnny Mundo or Johnny Impact. Depends on what show he's on. I think those are my contenders right now when we do year-end awards for Breakout Star of the Year. And I hear the rumors about New Japan trying to buy All Japan. No, I have not. If you could post me some kind of link to that, I'm actually genuinely interested in reading that. I would like to see what would happen with that. If they absorb the talent in, where they just close All Japan and eliminate competition, where they just use it for their tape library and add that to New Japan World. I wonder I'm actually curious of what they would do for that. Or, like I said, absorb the talent and make a run towards the U.S. Oh, Ronald Booth. Oh, I missed you too. He misses me, so I missed him. LAX versus the Young Bucks is going to rock. I agree. I think they do much better to branch out and go east. Yeah, I think ultimately that's the plan. I think they're going to try to break in on the West Coast. I mean, it's a smart move. I mean, you stay in Los Angeles. Okay, now take San Francisco, live and learn. Maybe you could try some other progressive cities. Maybe you could try places like Seattle or Portland. Maybe you could go in as far into Sacramento, maybe San Diego. Try, use your affiliation with CMLL to kind of put some more butts in the seats in Southern California. Seems like that could be interesting. Gradually move your way towards the east. Then you could do maybe like a Las Vegas, just gradually start carving out a new territory. Use your affiliation with Ring of Honor. That seems to be helping them a little bit. New Japan would do this by having one big show in the U.S. and actually tie into the other storylines. Feel like they're one-offs. They're centered around the Bullet Club, and that's another thing. Ranton brings up a good point. Everything seems to be centered around the Bullet Club. I think New Japan thinks, or Harold May seems to think that the way that they're going to get Western fans, the way they're going to get us over here in the United States to watch New Japan or become big fans, become subscribers, is to push the Gaijins, And with all due respect, I love Kenny Omega, I love the Bucks, love Cody, love Skrull, love that whole contingent there. But I'm also like Okada, I like Ibushi, I like Ishii, I like Ishimura, I like LIJ. I like Kushida. I like those guys too. And actually, I had a rare opportunity to have a conversation. It was like a brief, just kind of. And I pretty much told that to a Japanese fan. This Japanese fan got onto one of the dirt sheets that I check out. Got in the comment section. It's like, I was like, I'm from Japan, and I'm summarizing here. It's like I'm from Japan, and I like reading about what you guys are saying about how much you love this. And I'm like, and I made sure to say, well, thank you. This is a great product. I absolutely love it. Don't think that we only like the Gaijins. Don't think we only like the foreigners. We like the Japanese talent too. And he's like, yeah, that's what I'm picking up. I'm seeing that you guys really love a lot of the talent that we like here too. So apparently there's some kind of mutual understanding between us and them. Becky Lynch should leave and go to Stardom in Progress. No, from what I understand, they're going to have a new program with her, because I guess she turned on Charlotte last night, but the fans were treating it like a baby face, because it's kind of like Charlotte had it coming the way she was acting. So it was like just Lynch getting one up. Let's see. Ring of Honor put too much emphasis on Bullet Club. I think one day it'll bite them in the ass. Well, whatever gets butts in the seats. It's like saying that WCW put too much emphasis on the NWO, which is true to a certain extent, but it got, it drew a lot of money. It got a lot of attention, got a lot of mainstream press, and, milk it till it's dry. So that's what I would say do with, nope. And there goes my cat puking right now. Great times. All right. Starting with, let's see, what is Bishop have to say? I don't know why. Okay. Let's see here. Honestly, I don't want to see Lucha Bros. Oh, yeah. In WWE, I really wish for Major League Wrestling to get successful. Yeah. Lucha Bros, they're also in the crosshairs of WWE. I don't think they're actually going to use them, or at least not use them to the extent that they're used now. They're just going to do what they always do. They're going to get them just to get them out of, so they can't make money for other promotions. They'll bring them on board. They'll throw a shit ton of money at them and just keep them on main event is ultimately what'll happen. Or they'll unmask them or try to unmask them, because that's what happened with La Sombra, who you now know as Andrade Cien Almas. So you can see, I can see it, several different ways there. But yeah, WWE is going into what I call a WCW mode. They're just paying people so they don't go elsewhere. You look at WWE's roster. I'm a critic of WWE, but shit, I'll tell you right now, that roster is fucking stacked. It is. I don't think I've ever seen a better roster. But how well do they use it? No, they really don't. They're only pushing like the same 4 people. And it's it's really bad on Raw because it goes nowhere. SmackDown is bad because you only get like 4 matches on a 2-hour show. You only have time for 4 matches, and they're completely dependent on backstage skits and tape drama to get it over. Let's see. Ranton says it'll bite them in the ass if they don't build up other guys. Agreed. They're trying with Hangman Page and Flip and New Japan with Juice. The mistake WCW was not building up new guys outside of Goldberg. Yeah, that, and you can only spend so much money. The one example that I heard about that was I think it was Brad Armstrong. It was one of the Armstrongs. I'm pretty sure it was Brad Armstrong. There was a story that he showed up randomly at a Nitro somewhere, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, No, don't say too loud. I don't want anybody to know that I'm here." Because they had a time when contracts were coming up for renewal, and so he showed up so he could go look on this sheet or whatever who they were renewing, if they were letting people go, and it looked like, and so he went and found out that they'd renewed his contract. They were paying him $250,000 a year, and he didn't wrestle. And I think over a 2-year period, he didn't wrestle for him once. He was on contract. He was getting paid, $250,000, just basically sit at home and not go to WWE. And I think that's kind of what's going on with WWE right now. Now, of course, when you get a $2 billion deal with Fox to air, Raw, yeah, you can throw that money around. But we'll see. Pentagon is staying with Impact. Good. I hope so. If I was Ring of Honor, I'd push Matt Taven right to the top. Yeah, he's been there for a long time. I thought the Kingdom was going to be completely dead. I didn't know how it was going to be without, without Cole and, Canellis in there. But it's worked out. TKO Ryan, Vinny Marcelino. Let's pretend I said that right. It's worked out well. He's tearing it up right now in CMLL. Been a big, his career's really taken off. So, yeah, I think Taven would be somebody I would definitely look at. Jay Lethal, he's still holding down the fort. I think Jonathan Grisham could be a great person to push in the future. Let's see what else. Pentagon also has a contract with Major League Wrestling. Yeah, Major League Wrestling is one of those few companies that's actually getting some talent down on lockdown. I know they've got Shane Strickland signed to a contract, which is why he's not going. I don't think he'd want to. He's tearing it up. He was the MLW champion. Now he's the Evolve champion. You know him as Kill Shot on Lucha Underground. He's having a hell of a year, so he might be another breakout star. Thoughts on Matt Riddle in NXT now? I didn't think they would ever sign Matt Riddle because Matt Riddle has, hobbies. You know what I'm saying? That, maybe don't jive with the wellness policy a little bit. But then again, Brock Lesnar straight up failed a fucking drug test, tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs after his fight in the UFC, and WWE didn't do shit about it. So it wouldn't really shock me if they turned a blind eye to it. WWE is WCW 2000 with a better roster, better factor, but a shitty booking and nonsensical storylines. Yep, too many cooks in the kitchen. That's what the problem is. Problem with he's talking about Ricardo Edwards talking about Lucha Underground. I think with characters getting killed off, I don't think there will be season 5. Yeah, I mean that's just the adjustment period that they're going through. There's some talent that went back to Lucha Underground this season specifically to be written off the show. And right now, they've already, so far as of me recording this, they've had 5 people get sacrificed to the gods. And I think what they're doing now is they're just kind of weeding out the roster. They're, okay, people who don't want to be part of it, okay, you're out. Who's going to be in it? And I think once we get past this season, I think things will be better. But right now, it's just a transition period, so it's kind of rough. It's kind of who's staying, who's not. Who's going off. Now we've got to write them off. I mean, they wrote off Masquerita Sagrada. Like, shit, that was brutal. I kind of hope they don't drop the whole Vasquez angle. The whole, the police captain was trying to bust Dario Cueto. Sent both Joey Ryan and what can't I think of his name right now? Anyway, I sent the other guy in there undercover. I wonder how she's going to reel from this now that one of her detectives is dead. Dario's dead. See where it's going, but hopefully they don't drop that storyline there. I'm interested to see where they want to go. Let's see. Sue Young. Oh yeah, I saw those 2 girls on there. Major League. It's been enjoyable. Yeah, I need to watch it. It's on demand here with my cable provider, so maybe I need to sit and watch more Major League Wrestling. Let's see. Over under on Riddle failing the wellness policy before SummerSlam next year. I think we're going to be under that deadline before he gets popped. Yeah, because he's already said he's not going to give up his recreational habits, for anybody. So we'll see what's going on. El Rey is trying to get Impact Wrestling from Pop. I don't know. Where'd you hear that one from there, Demon? You can see Major League Wrestling on YouTube. Okay. All right, guys. I'm looking at the time here. I've got to go here. It's just great seeing everybody again. I just kind of got the urge to do this. I just really miss doing this, and I want to see you all again and let you know that I'm okay. I'm going to try to do this, and, hopefully we'll do it more. I know we should. I tell you what, we're going to play a drinking game here. Every time Coco says, you know what I'm saying, take a shot. Every time he says, apologizes for the channel being shitty, take a shot. Every time he says we're going to try to do more shows, take a shot. Every time he says we're going to get better, take a shot. You'll be fucking shit faced before the end of the fucking show. So, but that's going to do it for me. If you got any questions, just put them down here in the comment section. I'll be sure to get right back to you, and maybe I'll do another show again once I get some more time. So, thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate it. Until the next time, kids. The boom just went bang, and I am out.